Hello, everybody. Burnedoutguy here, and welcome back to Foundry. All right, last episode we pretty much were left off trying to get more oil and all that kind of stuff set up. Um, so now we pretty much will have everything set up. So this took forever. These quarries are very nice and very cool how they do their job, but they take forever. They really do. If ever the devs are listening, man, I would suggest, like, when it goes down and it finishes a row, it shouldn't have to go back up and then move over and then come back down and go over. Man, make it like a real, like, I think it's like a lathe, like table lathe or whatever. Just down, over, down, up, over, down. It would make it faster. The pauses to do this, to go up and down again, they're actually excruciating to watch, and it really slows down the machine. So I would suggest to keep it nice and fluid, and that way it does its like zigzag like this all the way, but without having to go up and down, and all it has to do is go down to the next level when it gets to the next level. I think that would be nice. It would speed up your machine quite a bit, and nobody really cares to see that it has to go up and down. I think just horrible. Anyways, other than that, I love it. I like the quarry. It does a nice clean job. You can set it to whatever height and whatever. The only thing is I've never been able to get it to go lower once I've already set it at a certain height. It doesn't seem to like to go lower after you've set it at a certain height, which is kind of strange. But anyways, I don't know. Maybe it's a one-time use thing. Anyways, so as you can see, we got everything ready for all the other different types of stuff that we're going to be doing. I did connect them in the middle, so that way we're always sharing oil, and all the systems are always live and operational. I think that would be the better thing to do. So we're over here ready to go, ready to make our plates now. So do I have those on me? I do have these. All right. So the idea is going to be similar to the other one, where we're going to have 4 rows of 5. I just need to find out which side all the inputs are on, so that way we can decide which way these are facing. So we're making the sheets, so nothing on that side, and the stuff has to go on this side. So basically the opposite side. All right. So let's find a nice spacing that we can do this with there. All right, so this looks like a pretty decent little setup. Kind of like that. Nice and clean. So now we just got to put the pipes in and the conveyor belts. Wondering here. Truly wondering. Because the conveyor belts can go anywhere, right? Like they could go like this, up and down. They can go like this, but our return line should be going this way. So I might have the conveyor belts just running down like this and then joining a main belt maybe and going that way, which would be good. We'll take the exterior line. So we'll come down here. I'll use that as an example where we're going to bring the belts. And then even then, like some of these lines could actually be shared, right? No? Yeah, we could. So like this line could be shared. We'll probably use the what are those things called? Those the separators there as the things to join. I seem to like those. Okay, so if those two are being joined, then these two would have to join. Kind of thing. And then that would leave this one by itself to do something like that. It's kind of what I'm getting at. I think that would be nice, yeah? So this is kind of what I was thinking about for the belt system. I think that was pretty good. We should be able to keep these belts nice and full, hopefully. And if we have to continue, or we have more room to continue and add more, or actually I'd said I wanted to go upwards, right? So we can always add like another level above this and make another level and add another belt or whatever need be, right? So yeah, I think this is gonna be looking really good. Loving it, loving it. All right, so now we just gotta bring in the polymer, and all the polymers on this side here. Cool. There we go. Now the first little bits are gonna start coming out because we got the first machines going. So they're gonna start sending out their product. And then we just gotta hook up the rest of them, which will be pretty easy, honestly. There we go, and just by adding all these straight pipes, we'll bring the rest of the system online. That'd be great. Nice, nice, nice. Very beautiful. Awesome. Give me that yellow industrial garbage smoke. Ah, yes. Look at that. Because I'm going to start using more, this system's going to start popping off. Oh, yeah. Look at all that industrialness. Yeah. Love it. Love it. All right. Now let's connect this over there. It'll only go so far. I still have like an elevator that I still have to go and put in, but we can at least start getting this to go somewhere. Look at that craziness. What? I didn't put it in the right spot. Oh no. All right, so that's all good and dandy. Now we have all the plates going all the way around. So they go here. Oops. They come all the way here. Underneath, we have them coming up here and going all the way straight to the end. So now all we have to do is connect them into here and bring them this way in order to make the chips, right? Before we get to that, we got to make the fart gas. So that's what we're going to do right now. So the system that we're going to do is pretty much, well, the exact same thing as here. We're going to plop it down right here. Because if you look for the fart gas, you need distillation columns, which is exactly what those things are. So we're going to have the waste gas, and then we're going to have the crude oil going in, and then the gas coming out. So yeah. All right. So I'm going to go make a bunch of these, set them all up, the whole 9 yards, and then we'll get a new little system with a tank and all that stuff set in here. And then what we'll do is we'll make the next gas afterwards, which is going to be the alumic acid. That means we're going to have to go out and get the ignium powder and some water, which is, I think we're going to use this ignium ore and then water at the same time. So I can grab from here and then just cart it back, and we can make that whole process happen right here. Once that is complete, then we'll get into making the chips, and then the the energy cells, I think, would be a good thing. So, and then those we can send off back into our system and have them do the whole roundabout thing too as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's revamp that. So 1, 2, 3, bam, and you see it's all done just like that. Movie magic. All right, so I started preparing the other side too for where we're gonna do the fuel, so that way we don't have to do it later. I can just do it now. So all that's left here to do is actually just connect this wonderful stuff, and we should be making fart gas. There we go. Make the fart gas. Yes, baby. 100% fart gas. Look at that. Good for the atmosphere, man. Fart gas. So if we come down here, we have a look. There we go. There's our fart gas filling up. So we can have 600,000 liters of this stuff. It's gonna be beautiful. All right. So the next part is a little bit more complicated. It's not just hooking up machines. We got to go and grab a few more things. So So let's have a look at what we got to go get here. We need the ignium powder, so we're gonna need some crushers, and we're gonna need some water. All right, but we're also gonna have to go set up an area where there is some. Luckily for us, that's not too far down. 116. Hopefully, that's right on near the surface a little bit. Hopefully the surface is like maybe like 120. Just wishful thinking. So yeah, anyways, we're gonna head over there, prepare that area, the whole 9 yards, and I gotta go back and pick up some more things so we can continue. But our industrial area is looking kind of nice here. I like how everything is all nice and oh yeah, looking really good, looking very beautiful, loving it. All right, so let's get on with the show, baby. All right, so we're over here in the way over here zone. I decided to blast my way down because it's not that far. We set up a 4 little miner thing here going on, tier 2s. Going up into this thing and feeding it into here. These are all making the little igneous powder. That's being all fed across my beautiful little bridge. But eventually one day I'm going to be destroying. And then we got our water intake over here. This we're also going to bring back with us. So this is something that I'm going to have to start doing here now. And then once we bring all this stuff back, we'll be able to start working on production for the next thing, which is the water, right? Or the igneous acid. One thing I did make prior to, well, just a little bit after the episode started, I made a little place where I can make some floors and some belts. Kind of got tired of making them myself, so now we got lots. There, that one we got the water and the igneous powder on the way home. We can go up here and we can start working on the next part of the equation, which is going to be we need chemical processors. Oh, all right, that's not bad. We can do that. We can do chemical processors. All right, we can just go get a bit more, make like 20 of them, so that way we're making like lots. Then we'll do like a similar setup to what we got here on this side. Probably something like that, and another tank. All right, let's do this, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a nice little setup. We got 24 of these machines that are going on. Which ones are these again? Chemical processors. Yeah, it was on the tip of my tongue. All right, so in order to get this thing going, all we have to do is add this one little pipe to each section, and bam, we can start making Ulimet acid. It's great. There you go. All this should be taken off. Oh baby. Now this is only going to be as good as the belts are. So as time goes on and these belts get faster, I should be able to furnish more to these. So it's gonna be a little lackluster at the beginning there, you know, but yeah, after a while, once the belts speed up, we'll be making a lot more juice. But if we go have a look here, we are starting to store something. It doesn't come in as fast as all the other ones, but like I explained, we need more belt speed. So yeah, because now you can see that it's only going to be like the first 1 or 2, probably just the first one that's going to be like really making stuff, eh? Yeah, the first 1 or 2 will be about it. Well, no, actually the first one, the whole first row. Yeah, just those 2. But that's fine. I'm okay with that because this is a work in progress. Everything will pick up over time. So all right, so now that's the juice done. Now we can come over here and we can do this one. This one's going to be pretty much, well, the same setup as this thing right here. This one's going to be making the fuel that we need for our rocket or our jetpack, so that way we can fly around. It seems like it's a lot But yeah, yeah, a whole setup for this should be just fine, and I like it. I think it's gonna be good. Okie dokie. So the next task at hand is going to be making the low density olumet. This way we can make the liquid fuels. So I had gaffed up. I thought it was just straight to the fuel. So we'll have to build another tank and set it up and do another little thing back here. That way the main fuel will be at the back. And then after that, we'll be good to go, man. I think we'll be good to go. This is going to be so awesome. It's going to look great. All right, so we're going to do another setup like this here. And then we'll do another setup like that one back here. And I'll get that other tank going. And then we should be able to have all the gas that we'll ever need in this game. It should be great. All right, let me go and gather some more of these and I'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, we have another wonderful little setup. It's pretty much all the same thing so far, like the beginning stages of all these oils and stuff like that. So a lot of repetitiveness, so which is good. But here we go. We'll just toss in these right here, and we'll be making low density olumet oil. Man. Paste or whatever they call it. There we go. Awesome sauce. All right, and then all that should be making its way into here. Not yet. Does it take time to... What is the matter? Produce. Okay, it should be leaving now, right? There we go. Perfect. So it takes a little bit of time. This one is going to be something that is a little slow by the looks of it. That's fine, because worst comes to worst, we have another level we can always make to add to that. So over time, we'll find out if these things are actually going to keep up to production. And then if it doesn't, well, we just add an extra row on the top and call it a day. And because I'm pretty sure these big pipes can move like a lot of oil, like, and then bringing it to the smaller ones, I think works out just well. I think this is a good little combination of stuff. So, all right, so let's get on to the next little stage here. Now we have to go and use the chemical processors over here, and we can do the same little setup as we have here. We're going to do 24 of them. And we'll set them all up here, and we'll be able to make the gas, the jetpack fuel. Awesome. This is great, man. It's coming along really, really, really nice. I'm actually really liking this. This is like super clean. Oh, there we go. There's the next little set I actually added on there. Bam. This is really good, really good. All right, enough babbling. Let's get on with it. And once again, we've added another huge section to our oil making area. It's actually looking so nice. All right, let's connect these and then we can start making the low dense or the liquid fuel. All right, and last one. Damn, there she goes. Liquid fuel, baby. Make me all that fuel. That's so awesome. Good stuff. And then that should all be coming into here. A little verification. Perfect. Liquid fuel. Awesome. Love to see it, right? Love to see it. All right. So this is what I was talking about. That makes it worthwhile having these big storage tanks, as to oppose of, like, say I did that like dinky little setup, and I don't know. I think this looks way cooler, way nicer. Oh yeah. Look at that. Very industrial like. I love it. I love these little cells that I've made here, like with the big pipes and the small pipes. Ah, just wicked. Totally wicked. Love it. Looks great. All right, so now we are going to get into making the actual parts that we used all this oil for and crap, right? So we have the plates going all the way around. We'll actually start connecting these belts up to the proper resources that need to be brought over here. And then we'll set up our production lines here for whatever we're making here. So we're making 3 different products here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go down. The last one is going to be the easiest one to do because we're just making jetpack fuel, just require plates. So that's going to be the very last setup that we're doing. Requires more items. Okay, so we're going to do the energy cells first because it requires the 3 items plus the fuel or the olemic acid. Then we'll do the circuit boards. Those only require the polymer boards and electronics. And then the last thing we'll do is the jetpack fuel. So as far as I know, that's everything that we're going to be making up to date. I'm sure there's more stuff that uses this low density oil. I'm pretty damn sure of it. But other than that, we will go with this and we'll prepare. So let me go get all the belts and everything and start setting up our little setups here. All right, so we got the items over here now. They're just gonna end up here like this, mainly because like this is the only thing that they're gonna be feeding. Now we do have 10 of these things, which is good. Debating on like where to start. We probably should keep things in line with here, right? Is what I was thinking. To come to think of it, I think I want to put them on this side. That way the product can come out here and then just join on the belt right away. I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so now we got it all hooked up. We just got to program the damn thing and tell us to make energy cells, and I'll start taking in the items. Now we just got to get the juice over here. I'm trying to think for future wise too as well, right? Like as if we want to expand upon this, we're probably going to want to do there's no really room on this side unless we were to offset it by 1, right? But then again, I don't think that would be a smart move. Not really sure about upgrading these. I think we can just do belts, and I think they have a second tier of these eventually. But we'll check and see how 10 of these do over time. So I think what we'll do, we'll try to get the product to come up here maybe. Honestly, that couldn't have turned out any better. Like, that's like perfect. All right, let's give this thing some power. So that's all connected. That runs from all the way down there, around here, up here. So technically we should actually be making the juice, right? Are we doing this stuff? Oh no, because I didn't configure this stuff, right? That one is. All right, so that's good. Copy all these over. All these should be starting to produce. They take a while. Was my my power grain good start to get strained? Yeah, we're gonna have to do something serious about power soon. We're just like, oh, yeah, I think we're pushing things to the limit there. Oh, can't you hold more? Doesn't it mean it's more? I don't know. Maybe it's a transformer that it's on. Okay, could be this transformer. Where is this one? Apparently it's near the beginning. Okay, so that's how much we're making here, huh? That doesn't seem like it's a lot. Probably gonna have to double these up since, yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Maybe we could have like a double line of these here. Another one in the back. Or do I... Oh, whoa. What was this? What were you doing there, Boggy Boy? Or I could just splice off to that. Like change this one out, put another pump here on this side and do another 10 there. And even then, I could probably do like 40 of these machines here. Probably wouldn't look bad either. I think that would be overkill making 40 of these, doing another set of 30. Because they are really slow. Let's do 10 first. I'll do the 10 on that side, and I'll split this up or whatever. And then we'll make an exact same thing there on the side. And then if that still doesn't furnish, which I'm pretty sure it won't, I might end up putting another row in the back off of this, which would look pretty good actually. I think that would look pretty awesome. And then we got to speed up our belts later on too, which would help bring in more material for all of that stuff too. So, and I don't think we're really juice. I don't think is a big problem because it has time to back up. Yeah, it's got lots of time to back up, so I think we should be fine. I'll go get some more of this stuff and we'll do another row. There we go. So they've all been inputted with the recipe. So now it's just a matter of waiting for them to like get cooked up here and start like the other ones, and then we'll see. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be missing like a lot of gaps and stuff, but that's fine. As long as the items flow and make it here. See how far down they make it. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. But like I said, over time too, we're gonna speed up the belts, and that's gonna help. So right now I think 20 is gonna be the max that we'll do. Because don't forget, these guys have to take a break of pulling in items. Yeah, I think that's just gonna be the break that this needs to continue to do a double. All right. So the line is fuller. Let's just put it that way. It's fuller. All right, this might not be too bad. This might not be too bad, ladies and gentlemen. 20 of them for now. Then when we speed up the belts, we can double it. So, and then it'll look pretty good on here. We'll have a double sides, and then we'll have the items come around and loop around and feed. And then if we ever need more, well, we'll put another row on top and we'll work our way up instead of outwards. So yeah, that's pretty good. That's energy cells. Nice, nice. They're gonna make their way all the way around and do their thing. Sweet. This is good. This is good. It's a good start. It's a good start, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting there. Slow but steady. All right, now let's work on the computer chip ones. The circuit boards. That's what we need to do now. Circuit boards. These ones are pretty easy. It's just the electronics and the polymer. I hope we can keep up with the electronics though, because that's gonna suck when it comes to here, eh? Yeah, we might have to divert afterwards in the next episode there to work on making more. Oh look, at least the energy cells are starting to back up here now. We'll use this opportunity to make the next tier of belts maybe, since we'll have the energy cells here. I think that's what's required for the tier 3 belts. Let's go have a little gander. Oh, we didn't unlock them yet, right? Yeah, that would make sense. We'd have to get the next science up and going first. All right, well, we'll do that next episode, then we'll get the science going. But right now, let's try to get these things here going. All right, so I'm thinking something like along the lines of that, just to get the items back over. I could go underneath too, but that doesn't look too horrible. Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right, so now we'll bring this one up a little ways, and we'll do 10 of these, I guess. We'll try and do 10 of these. All right, so that's pulling off of this stuff here. Yeah, it's gonna be scarce, this one, I think. We're gonna run into some little issues here, but we'll fix them with time. This is where we're going to start seeing that your product is going to start getting sparsed out. What are we making back over there? All right, that's fine. That's fine. We'll little minor details to the production, right? All right, so let's get hooking this stuff up. All right, so I'm not expecting miracles here. We'll configure this one to start making chips, and we'll make them all make chips. Mainly because I think we're definitely going to be like running into issues with these, and why all of a sudden are we having such a hard time making these? Let me go see what the problem is. I think it's just that we can't make them fast enough problem. Okay, that's kind of a good problem to have, honestly. Usually a pretty easy fix. What we might have to do is we're gonna have to start doing like second levels here and making more items go up and then come down, and we'll figure some nice little beautiful way of doing that. But before I even go think about going up, we can start making the machines faster. We do have tier 2 assemblers that we can make, and that we could start changing these out for tier 2 assemblers. But if they're also not receiving enough items as well, because if you look, this one here is a little on the lackluster side. We're missing a partial belt, right? So we're only getting like a half belt on this one. So output is also another little bit of a problem. Throughput, right? Is that what they call it? So we're splitting off here. Yeah, so we're gonna need bigger, badder belts. All right, I think that's just what we're gonna have to do, is do a little belt upgrade in between episodes or whatever, and see if that helps to regulate some issues. But other than that, I think we're on the right track. Definitely on the right track. Let's go back over to where we were. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we did pretty good today for today's episode. We are discovering that we have small problems with our factory, but like minor things like throughput stuff, right? But look, this is awesome. Look at everything we've accomplished today. That is great. This looks really nice, really industrial. And then as soon as we get things cooking a little bit more, we'll see more action from this area. But right now, things are just filling up and are full, and we're not using a lot of stuff, right? So yeah, but all this looks really, really, really good. Really happy with this. Next episode, we'll get into making the fuel, and we'll set that up here. Always leaving space for expansion when going upward as well. We have lots of room over here for other things that we could be making, I guess, over time. There are other things that we will end up making, but I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. But I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. Like, subscribe, peace, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.